Standard Chartered Bank recently reported positive annual results. We now find out more about the significance of Africa as a region for Standard Chartered. Joining me in the studio is Kweku Bedu-Addo. He's CEO of Standard Chartered South Africa and Southern Africa. Kweku, thanks for the time. I guess, globally, we know Standard Chartered is a strong brand. In Africa, we know also that Standard Chartered is a strong brand, I think having been over the continent for more than 100 years. In this set of results, just give us a quick take, if you like, of the main highlights. Well, for Africa, I suppose.
Yes, well, Africa and the Middle East
are combined.
Combined. So we have the Africa-Middle East region, and our profit before tax for 2017 was just south of $650 million. Which is a great outcome considering the massive headwinds that a lot of our economies have faced within the Africa-Middle East region, which comprises of 25 countries.
Right.
Africa has had immense economic headwinds. Middle East has also suffered from the commodity down cycle, specifically on crude oil. And so against these very formidable headwinds, it was a great year for Standard Chartered in Africa-Middle East region.
Yeah. What were the bright spots for you?
Southern Africa certainly did well. Nigeria, Kenya, and Pakistan were also bright spots for the region generally.
And where were the dogs? I can mention one of them, I suppose, Zimbabwe, recovering from years and years of neglect.
Yeah, I think Zimbabwe is showing a rebound, a very healthy rebound, but it's not out of the woods yet.
Yeah. And in terms of your presence in the region, just tell us about the plans that the bank is implementing to try to grow its share of global profitability for the group.
Well, to start with, we are making the product suite and the business that is available elsewhere in the group available on the continent of Africa.
Yeah.
So we have a very good global banking, or what used to be called the corporate banking business.
Right.
We have the retail business, we have the private bank, and we also have the commercial banking business, supported by wealth management, financial markets, corporate finance, and transaction banking. And so it doesn't really matter in terms of which region of the world you are. So far as there's Standard Chartered, the coverage is there.
Yeah.
We are the last global bank that retains a presence within sub-Saharan Africa. You would be aware that almost all, if not all, global banks have de-risked and just maintain representative offices across the continent.
Absolutely.
We still have a presence on the continent of Africa, which demonstrates our confidence in the future of the continent.
My question then becomes, for how long? Or is that not a relevant question because you're here to stay, right?
We're here to stay. It's a very relevant question in the sense that we believe in developing, first of all, the people and the talent. So you have Africans all over the globe building up their expertise as global financial professionals in their own right.
Yeah.
We invest massively in digital. Next week, we'll be launching our new digital banking product in Cote d'Ivoire. We are a trade bank, and we facilitate trade. Africa is looking for trade, not aid.
Sure.
And I think that we come in very handy, being present on the ground, but also being present in major trade hubs for Africa, in Asia, in the Middle East, and Europe and the Americas.
Sure.
We offer that platform for Africa to trade and for capital flows between investors from these markets into Africa and out of Africa.
Yeah. In Africa, in 25 countries, you said, we know Africa is 54, 55 territories, if you like.
We are in 25 in Africa,
25 in Africa,
in Africa,
Middle
we are in
East.
15 presence.
So the room for expansion is like as wide as the Sahara, right?
It is, but we also have non-presence countries. A dozen or so non-presence countries in Africa.
Right.
So we may not have physical presence there, but we do have sizable investment on the ground.
I guess I'm asking this question, and another way of putting it would be to ask if we're going to see an expansion from the current 15 into the others, where obviously we know how many others, 40-something, that remain where Standard Chartered is not on the ground?
Well, obviously the fact that we have remained in Africa demonstrates our commitment to the continent and our confidence in the future of the continent.
Yeah.
If you look at the demographics, if you look at the opportunities, if you look at the untapped resources,
Yeah.
the infrastructure deficit, clearly Africa is the right place to be. And we are the bank that has focused purely on emerging markets. So we'll continue to be here, and we'll consider opportunities as they emerge.
And we're here, of course, in Johannesburg, where you have a presence, but on the corporate side, not on the retail side. A question that keeps coming back year after year after year. When are you getting that full banking license? What are the plans for South Africa?
I think we are in the top 3 markets, the biggest economies in Africa: South Africa, Nigeria, and Angola. It demonstrates our confidence in these markets. Opportunities, we have to remain alert to opportunities, but we also have to be cognizant of the capital implications.
Right.
And as the right opportunities emerge for us that meet our thresholds for return on capital,
Yeah.
we will take those opportunities.
And it's getting congested here, isn't it? I mean, we've got the big 4 that have had a stranglehold on this market on the retail side. Then in addition to that, you've got Discovery Bank coming up.
Yeah.
You've got the former CEO of FNB coming up with his own bank as well. I suppose it's going to only get harder, and the competition is going to get even stiffer.
It gets harder, but I think that we are very confident of our value proposition to the market. The financial spectrum, the spectrum of services is very broad. And for now, we focus on where we can maximize our return and also deliver results to the market.
We're looking for that day when there will be that big presence of Standard Chartered here in South Africa as it is in other African economies. Kweku, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Godfrey.